Yep. Basically, I was saying to myself, I'm gonna finish the weed that I got, and I'm gonna quit smoking. Just gonna finish this last little bit, and then that's it. I ain't gonna buy no more. I'm gonna just quit. That's the plan, at least. But I don't know. Maybe it'll work. Who knows? I'm gonna keep trying. I don't drink anymore, and I did the same thing with drinking. I just kept trying, kept failing, kept trying, kept failing, and then out the blue, it was like done. I'm hoping that that happens too with the weed. Just be done with it. I do this shit every week. When I run out of weed, I'm like, I'm gonna quit. That's it, I'm done. But then, yeah, most likely, given my history, I'll probably be at the cannabis club first thing in the morning. I'm gonna try not to. Throw it all in there. Fuck it. Hot cocoa, dulce. Hello. They had a good little sale. I couldn't pass it up at Target. $30. It was a good sale. I've been needing one of these. Read before use. Really? It's a lot of reading. I don't think I'm gonna do all that. Throw that out there. Cats like boxes. Cats might like that too. Look at that. Kind of nice. I like it. I like it. It's nice. It's a nice color. My daughter's probably not gonna like this color, but oh well. Pretty cool. Yeah, I like it. This little cord is kind of small though. What's going on? How does this come off? Am I tripping? Am I tripping or am I gonna break it? I swear it is. Alright, I was tripping. I was like, damn, did I just pull it off or what? Nothing in there. I don't see nothing in there. Let's test it out. See what it sounds like. I think it's pretty quiet. Way quieter than the one I used to have. I like it. We're gonna be making some smoothies. Back to smoothie making. Put that there for now. I got some stuff in the freezer right now. Let me see. I got some peaches, some strawberries, some blueberries. Oh man, all of that put together. Cassandra. Yeah, I remember you.
I know I'm dead.
Very cool. Hey, puppies. Show me my puppies. I want some puppy food? Huh? Come here. Right here? Want some of this stuff? Huh? There you go, huh? Want some goodies. I'll get the goodies. There you go. Oh, there you go. They're like, what? Food time? Little fatties. This one, look at this one. So fucking just fucking baby. How you just such a baby, huh? Look at you. Look at you. He was waiting. He was like, I'm gonna wait my turn. I'm gonna wait my turn, y'all. That's too fucking cute. I Love Cars is back. Angel. Cassandra said, hey, babe. Like I said, who knows, huh? I don't even know what that person looks like. So many pets. Yeah, I got a lot of pets. Look at them. 10 little babies. 3 little babies. The cat in the back, chilling. She's trying to get outside. No more outside time, kitty. We're in for the night. I look extremely. Huh. Must be the weed.
Oh, brother, help me, help me, help me.
You're gonna keep going with this, huh? With the weed? Shit, every day, I don't know. I'm trying. We'll see what happens. This the last that I have, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. Shit, still early. We'll see what happens tonight. They don't close till 10. It's weird. Once I run out of weed, I start feeling strange. It's almost like I start losing it. As soon as I run out, I'll be like, oh shit, now what? Now what the fuck am I gonna do? We'll see. Hey Joe, you know what time it is, buddy? Joe. It's that time, buddy. Hey, you know what time it is? No, hop off, man. You gotta go to school.
Didn't you just make smoothies?
I didn't make nothing. I was just testing out the equipment.
Make a smoothie real
Make a smoothie real quick.
Oh, we got all this. Come on, man. Make a smoothie real quick. Everyone type in the chat, make a smoothie. Everybody type in the chat, make a smoothie, so you can make a smoothie.
Whoa.
Yes.
Don't do it.
Yes, do it.
Don't do nothing like that. That's
Do
crazy.
it.
That's crazy talk, buddy.
Do it. Make the smoothie. Make the smoothie, man. Make the smoothie. Come on, man.
Somebody said you should. He needs
See?
one.
See?
Smoothie, huh?
Smoothie.
No smoothie.
Smoothie.
No smoothie.
I'll get the things out.
The things, man. There's no fruit.
We got peaches and we got, what's that called again? Strawberries. So cute when they cut it some fruit juice.
I'll tell you all about it.
Juice. The apple juice. Actually, make this
I've
smoothie.
done over
Well, I
50,000
drink some apple
autopsies for my career.
Wait, where's my banana cup?
Autopsies, try to figure out how in fact people die. I just echo.
Did you drink it?
Constantly feeding me and telling me.
Well, why would you?
rule
Oh,
out
give me
enzymes,
wait,
rule
actually,
out
hold on.
enzymes, rule
Pass me,
out toxins.
pass me thingy done.
What?
We're talking about
Apple
two
sauce.
deaths. You know,
Yeah.
things started spiraling.
Applesauce.
A
Applesauce.
relatively benign,
I'm gonna try and make this.
and they fall down the stairs.
What?
I needed to know what caused those type of injuries. Are these lacerations due to somebody striking you with an object, or is it due to a fall? I wanted to examine that heart to see if in fact she had a heart attack.
It is past bedtime. It's time to go to sleep.
She was fighting somebody.
This is someone they trusted, they loved, they adored.
It was just a gut feeling. She didn't fall out of the
Where you going?
No one told her.
Where are you
I
going?
don't think that anybody
Huh?
would have expected what we found.
Where you going?
People are crying for justice from the grave.
Two fish. Where you going? Huh? Out of here. I'll see you later. Maybe you don't need one. I'll do it in the morning. Maybe I need one. I don't know. Shit.
It was the afternoon of April 23rd, 1999, and a call came into 911.
I guess it wouldn't be that hard to make, huh?
Everybody knew him as AB. He said that he was out for a run. He came home and he saw Jewel, his wife, at the bottom of the staircase in a bottom. When first responders showed up, they got inside the house and it was anything but calm. When first responders tried to give Jewel medical aid, she immediately started flailing her arms. She definitely was still alive, and she did not want to be touched.
According to EMS provider, she's found at the bottom of the steps with a cord wrapped around her leg. Both shoes are off, and she was brought to Hershey Medical Center.
Let's move this out the way.
There was a bowl and windy.
Let's see how well this thingy works, huh?
And my wife answered,
Find out.
and she came out in the kitchen
I
and
ain't got
said,
no.
"It's AB, he wants to talk to you." So I walked in the room, picked up the phone, and he said,
I'm gonna do something simple.
"You had an accident."
Simple,
The
simple, simple.
conversation turned for the worse because then he said, "She's in an intensive care, unit. They don't think she's gonna make it." So when I hung up the phone, I had to walk down the hallway, and I had to tell my father his daughter was gonna die. When my father and I arrived at the Hershey Medical Center, we walked down this long hallway, and instead of rooms, it was all curtains. So I walked over to that curtain and I pulled it back, and I just stopped dead in my tracks because my sister looked like she got hit by a freight train. And the first thought I had was, there was just way too many injuries for falling down steps. And I said to my father, I said, something's not right here. And he shook his head and said, yeah. I said, look at her knuckles. She was in a fight. Maybe if she fell down the steps, she would have busted one knuckle open. But all 10 of them were bloody. It just didn't make any sense to my father or myself. 24, 28 hours after that point, I lost my sister Jewel. We were born here in Ludwig County, Pennsylvania.
Yogurt?
Our family
Plain
was a
yogurt?
religious family. My parents were both ministers. Jewel and I were the only children, and she was 13 years older than me. I believe it was her second or third year in college. Arthur's nickname was AB because his real name is Burton, and that's all I ever knew him by. Jewel was graduated from college and was married before I was in middle school. So it was a normal brother and sister relationship, but it wasn't very close one because of the age difference.
Jewel was married to Arthur for over 30 years. He was a well-known pastor, and in his church, the people really loved him. Arthur and Jewel lived in a church
Let's
basement,
see how it
very
goes.
modest, split-level home. They had 2 daughters and 1 son. Jewel was well-known and well-loved in her community, that is for sure. They thought very highly of him.
What's this looking like? It's looking pretty good right here. Make it a little more.
After Jewel passed away, that time period for me was difficult. I hung with a lot of police officers and I know state troopers, and they all basically gave me the same answer. The coroner has the final decision. I was just convinced she didn't just fall out.
Definitely one of these in there.
Why not let the detectives do all the work? Well, the problem is that law enforcement is good at some things, and we're better at other
Hold on, man. Let me see.
Even to this day, I can see the things that are on in my head. I see this woman.
I guess it's what I got. Black gold. Here's the Wi-Fi. I don't know. Did I? Alright, looks good though. We got a smoothie. Got a smoothie time. Gotta go to sleep. Good night, night.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up. Right now, get
Look at that cup, let me see that bag. I just bought some of them.
for just $30 each per month. All on America's largest.
You want some?
Yeah, what kind?
I ain't making no play.
Kind
Unlimited phone.
It's the kind you're gonna like, actually. That's the
But
kind.
if it's peanut butter, I'm gonna crash out.
Into that whole saving money thing. Visit your local store to start
If it's peanut butter, I'm gonna crash out.
Actually, it came out really good.
If it's peanut butter, I'm gonna crash out. Right, Dad? If it's peanut butter, I'm gonna crash out.
Shut the.
If it's peanut butter, I'm gonna crash out. Well,
Oh, it's peanut butter.
I don't know. You must make one that has peanut butter. That sounded kind of weird now that I'm saying peanut butter.
Oh, Polar's about to get his little. Wow.
This is a family portrait.
We'll
of
see if
my
Jalen
mother,
wants
father,
some.
My sister and myself. And this is my sister's graduation picture from 1966. And this one here is my sister's wedding picture
Wow.
from 1968.
Good stuff.
And that's all that I have of my sister.
Back in 1999,
Oh, yeah, that's good.
I was contacted by the coroner's office about the death of Jules Sherman.
Good.
So I went in, and first thing I noted was that there's no heart. And let me tell you, I felt like odd man out. And they had to be an insufferable nag, which I'm more than willing to do, to give her heart flies.
Peaches.
During the following week after Jewel passed away, my father told me he wants to go up to the parsonage to CAB. So I took him up there, and we knocked on the door, rang the doorbell. And looked at the file
It
at
says,
the
hey,
door,
if you fry pepperoni.
and I went right out into the kitchen, into the garage, and down
Well.
what supposedly happened.
Too bad I ain't got no
I
pepperoni.
got feeling something didn't sit right, that she didn't fall down the steps, but there's more to it than that. So there's a concrete floor, concrete block,
I know, right?
basement. And you can
You
see
wanted
where
it?
the walls were scrubbed. And I thought, I looked back at the steps and I'm thinking, if she fell down the steps, why would there be blood all the way over here? Somebody really scrubbed up this basement. I went back upstairs and my father was talking to AV, and I squeezed right in between them and I was nose to nose with AV. And I said, who cleaned up all the blood? And he said, the paramedics stayed behind and cleaned it up. And I couldn't help myself, and I just said, that's bull. Paramedics don't stay behind and clean up blood, and I know that because I used to run with that same ambulance organization. I said to my father, I said, he's lying.
Go sit down, Bruno.
I remember when I was approximately 8
I ain't
years
getting
old at the
nothing.
time, my parents received a phone call from my sister
It's working.
late at night that she was upset because her husband maybe wasn't at home.
It's working just fine, buddy.
And I sort of connected the dots that maybe was having affairs.
Yours playing?
Yeah.
That was the first time that I remember that they were having.
Can't make anything else.
I knew of A.B. Shermer's
Oh,
3 or 4
nope. I
affairs
can't think of any.
that he had when he was married.
I just made a smoothie. I think that's enough.
A leopard doesn't change their spots.
Top, buddy. It's up top.
It seemed like weeks. I was doggedly
Damn, this shit is
just did
good.
everybody I could to get that heart back. We were able to get pieces of the heart back. The organ donation team did have at least the muscle part. And I was able to get those microscopic slides with the muscle tissue and examine them under a microscope. at the hospital when they did those laboratory values, there was one cardiac enzyme, which is sort of a protein that leaks out of the heart gets damaged, it gets released into the blood. You can measure those enzymes in the blood. So what does that mean? The police report points out that these elevated enzymes, they believe, were due to a heart attack. What the police were ultimately unaware of.
After that, though, you should go brush your teeth, all right?
Heart attack, CPR. Injuries will lead to trauma to the heart, which can cause an
No, I can't do it. You want to try it?
Anytime you get less oxygen to the heart, it tends to get crippled. But that doesn't mean it's a heart attack. The body tells us there is traumatic brain injury. There are 2 lacerations over this side of the skull. There's also a laceration to the back. There's a tear back here, and there's a scrape and abrasion around the back of that area. So there were actually 3 significant areas, 3 tears, 3 lacerations that Joel Shermer had. So obviously, she's falling down face first. We would expect it to be the top of the head. I'm trying to discern, are these lacerations due to someone striking her with an object, or is it due to a fall? One of the things we are looking for is what we refer to as a postural reflex. So if she had fallen down that flight of steps, her arms would have gone out in front of her, and she would have impacted those hands on the ground. Frequently, they'll get broken wrists, they get bruises on the palm of their hands, the bruises all down the forearm, and then after that, you get what we call a head strike. You get a strike to the lips, you get bruises, you get a laceration of the chin or breaks, in the teeth, these sort of things. And those sort of things will notably act. And I would expect to see those things had she fallen head first down the flight steps. There's no neck, there's no rib fracture, there's no spine fracture, there's no pelvis fracture,
Ah,
no
so
arm
good.
or leg fracture. That's odd. I looked at the injuries to the back of the head of Joel Shermer, and I determined that those lacerations were due to impacts with a long cylindrical object such as a crowbar or something along that line. I relayed that information to the district attorney's office. I told them, in no uncertain terms, Joel's cause of death was a traumatic brain injury. This case needs to be pursued as a homicide.
Harry and David makes Mother's Day easy. Share a gift made with love with them in real life.
Ah,
Choose from
damn.
hundreds of stunning baskets and towels. It's the perfect way to say fancy for everything. Harry and David, life is a gift. Share more.
Pacifico, discovered by accident. Yeah, the story goes, a group of friends went down to Mexico looking for some legendary. They never found them. But what they did find was something even better. An unforgettable Mexican lager. Where'd you hear that? Pacifico, find your own way.
Baby. Little puppy.
At Macy's, the fragrance destination.
Little puppy. Hey, little
I can turn
puppy.
a dirt patch into a lush lawn. Anything. CBD, that's what you always do.
Look how thick it is.
Yeah, it's lawn fixing time with Scott's Turf Builder Grass Seed.
Cause of death is what led to the death of an individual. but the matter is gonna deal with the circumstances surrounding that person's
Who
death.
is that?
In the case of Joel Sherman, I had the rule ultimately undetermined.
Padawan, you need to stop. What's wrong
And
with
the
you?
reason why I did that is
Padawan.
because there was a lot of things that were not done in this
You want to come out?
Number one, there needs to be a crime scene.
What?
Number two, there needs to be points going out. Three, there need to be extensive interviews of the
Fresh,
of
where
the
you
husband
going?
and
You
his
go lay
case,
down
and
too.
none of those things were done. So I was pretty much stuck. I hit a huge broken.
Little baby face over there walking. Oh shit, there's some shit on the ground. What the hell?
Listen, accidents happen. So if
Oh yeah, that meat was hella good. I'm about to eat some more right now.
someone's vacuuming and they're right in front of the stairs, something happens to your foot, you could tumble down.
Yeah, I'm about to get some
You
more.
also have a pastor, someone in a position of trust, a man that was very well known in the community, might have known some of the people who were investigating this. If the pastor says that this
Go
is
sit
what
down. Go sit down,
happened,
Bruno.
why would someone question it? Based on the information received from Arthur Shermer, they decided they didn't need to investigate any further.
That's so fucking funny, the little puppies. I swear, this little thing right here. What the hell is it doing? Get her. Oh man, oh there she goes, taking a piss. Oh, oh. Oh, little babies.
This guy remarried, his wife's dead, but that's not the end of the story.
According to Arthur Sherman, Betty has TMJ. She suffers from some type of jaw issue. About 1:50 a.m. on July 15, 2008. He's driving her and rushing her off to the hospital because of this jaw pain. He's traveling down 715, going to the hospital, when a deer suddenly jumps out of the road. He swerves and strikes him. He said to the response officers that he was doing 55 miles an hour. He had just removed her seatbelt. The deer jumping into the road.
Hey!
She has blunt force trauma. She's bleeding badly from her head. They treat her first.
Bro, let me tell you what happened. He gonna tell me that Remy had his hoodie, had his hoodie for like a month. I was like,
Betty was taken by ambulance to the closest hospital, the Brooklyn Medical Center, which is a trauma center. But she was brain dead and she was taken off his list.
Betty Sherman's death was ruled an accident from a motor vehicle collision.
Based on the information that was provided to the coroner and the medical staff about how Betty came to receive her injuries, there was never an autopsy performed on Betty Sherman. And she was cremated within 24 hours of her
Dog
death.
is too cute, huh?
Several months had passed since Betty's death, and we received a phone call in the detective's office. I answered it, and it was a woman who was
I don't know.
pretty much every agency that she could get to answer the phone to express her concerns about Arthur Shermer and the death of his most recent wife, Betty, as well as the death of his first wife, which had occurred back in 1999 in Lebanon County. She wanted to make sure that there was a thorough investigation because of the other death that had occurred, and the common denominator for her was Arthur Sherman.
The officers were talking about how this was the second wife that the Reverend had lost. I remember making the comment, well, that's strange. Somebody losing two wives.
Sandwich?
There were people in the church who did come forward and express that they had concerns.
We found out the Reverend was having an affair with his secretary. Everyone started to wonder, wow, this guy's not who they thought he was. Based on those phone calls, my chief here assigned me to open the crash investigation into Betty Shermer's death. To help me understand exactly what happened at the crash scene. I had to reconstruct the entire accident.
You want water,
And that
huh,
involved
buddy?
gathering photographs and
Bruno's like,
examining
give me some
photographs of
fucking,
the
you give me
scene.
that look, like, give me the fucking
In
water.
this case, the bloodstained pattern
Bruno,
didn't
it's
come from
late
this
though,
crash.
man. If I give you water now, you're going to end up pissing somewhere.
This is a photograph that I actually called the smoking gun. There's blood drops diluted in the seat. You can actually
What are we
see
gonna do,
it in
Bruno?
the shape of the human body, which is more consistent with loading her in the car than taking her out of the car. So that was very obvious that she was bleeding prior to the crash and being placed in the car and seated in her own blood. She didn't die in that crash. He sat in his car and he let her bleed out.
Dear California Dream, about to hit our next chapter. But first, selling this house. This baby doesn't make schemes. We need help. With the numbers and negotiations sure, but someone who gets the big stuff too. Like reminding us that although what's next isn't always clear, someone has back.
I hear you, buddy. I hear you. I know.
Buying,
Okay. All right. I got you. I want to give you some water. Relax.
Next kind of day
Yeah.
is a 20 grams of protein
I
after
swear, man. You better not. Yeah. Go to sleep, man. Wait for the morning.
Tu Home Depot tiene entregas gratis y rápidas. Solo agrega lo que necesitas a tu carrito. Y nosotros nos aseguramos de que la cosa pinte.
I heard you.
Home Depot te lo entrega gratis y rápido.
I heard you. I heard you already. Okay, I'm coming. Just relax.
Ahead of the game. Excellence is your default, and let's just know that feeling is
Big old
unmatched.
motherfucker.
Your standard isn't for the average, it's for those who set the bar and elevate. So as you redefine what's possible,
Hold on, Bruno.
Lexus refines what you just
Hold on,
know.
Bruno.
Because a car that doesn't make
My
you
kids
feel
know.
something is a car that stops short of obsession.
it takes a wonderful person, an amazing person, to teach Sunday school. And Daddy was a Sunday school teacher, and she loved us. She just had so much of a light in her. The light of Jesus was shining out of her. And I loved her. Betty and A.B. Sherman had a great relationship. They loved each other. And I did go to several of his services. He was very charismatic. He would make the congregation laugh and lighthearted. It was a fun service. He made it fun. And so everyone loved him. I called Pastor Sharma to see how he was doing because I hadn't heard from him in a while. So he's like, oh yeah, Daddy passed away. I was like, what? I was completely shocked. What? I said, that's horrible. I was like, I am so sorry. Oh my gosh. Just give me a second. It's just horrible. One of the first tasks that we undertook was to do a full-scale background investigation into Arthur Sherman. We found that he had started his religious career in the 1970s and became a pastor in the Lebanon area early on in his career.
Arthur married Betty in 2001, which is his 10 years.
All right, shut up, man.
And then they moved to the Readers area.
Damn it.
The congregation of the Readers United Methodist Church
Oh,
loved
the dog.
A.B. Sherman.
Oh,
But
geez.
I started to look at the churches that he worked at, and we got some disturbing information from those churches that Mr. Shermer, everywhere he went, he had some type of flirting complaints or sexual harassment complaints.
Oh shit, puppy, watch out.
He was very charismatic. He really was able to talk his way out of any kind of situation that he got himself in.
Instead of removing him from that position, they just moved him to another location. Every rock I moved, stone I turned, the reverend was shadier and shadier. I was reading the reports from Jewel's death investigation. I realized that John Bain was the motive behind involving the police to investigate Jewel's death, and I reached out to him. And the things he told me were very concerning.
What did you do?
I learned that Reverend Shermer was having affairs on his sister, and they had a troubled relationship.
I received a phone call in November of 2000.
Go turn that down a little, man.
And he wanted to talk to me. And I'm thinking, what does he want to talk to me about? When it hit me, they're investigating Betty's death because he did it again. And they started connecting the dots.
So tomorrow.
There was concerns about the death. The damage to the car didn't seem to fit the gravity of the injuries that Betty Shermer sustained. And Arthur Shermer wasn't injured at all. It was important that we be able to show that accidents don't happen like this. But there's also what we don't have, what's missing. Could the injuries have been caused by Betty's striking something in the car?
My involvement in the service started with a phone call from the district attorney from Monroe County, and they were interested in if he could perform certain verification tasks for a crash case where somebody died. First, we were told the assumed speed of the crash is 55 miles per hour. So we ran many stages of the analysis. This analysis was basically repeating the simulated crash many times, increasing the lower and lower and lower and lower speeds until the outcome was matching what was observed in the actual crash. We ended up around 18 miles per hour. So I believe that it was an intentional crash performed at a low speed for hiding the fact that the victim was actually attacked prior to the accident, and it was staged to justify the injuries to the victim.
One of the obstacles we had was the fact that Betty Shermer was not autopsied. But we were able to send CT scans that were done when Betty was brought into Lehigh Valley Medical Center at Cedar Crest.
Dr. Ross, a forensic pathologist, takes Betty Shermer's medical records and compares them to the autopsy of Jewel Shermer and finds evidence that lays the case wide open for us.
As I say, the story continues and the story deepens. The Monroe County District Attorney's Office asked me to get involved and look at Betty Shermer's case and look at that. So I did. But we hit another huge roadblock. The coroner got involved when she was fired, took a couple pictures, made some phone calls, determined it was a traffic accident, and they didn't even really do the external examination. Typically speaking, we're supposed to take everything off, photograph everything, document everything. It never happened.
Go to sleep, doggy. Why y'all looking over here? Go ahead.
Pastor Shermer had Betty Shermer cremated. The body is completely gone. But in this case, we were able to take that CAT scan and do
Joe, turn that down a little.
reconstruction. And they reconstructed and created images of Betty's head. And lo and behold, when we did that, we were able to examine the scalp, and I noticed that there were 2 lacerations over the right side of the head. In Jules Shermer, we have 2 lacerations to the right side of the head and 1 to the back of the head. They were very similar. And that was sort of the connecting point. We have 2 deaths, 2 wives, same husband, and both from a similar object. I have pure scientific evidence showing that I have a reproducibility of the same mechanism that caused injuries to Jules Shermer to Betty Shermer.
After my conversation with Dr. Wayne Ross, I was convinced that I had 2 murders on my hands.
If you know luxury, it's not just a word, it's rewarding. Software Mattresses supports all types of sleepers. Luxury is handcrafted and assembled in American factories and brought directly to you with our complimentary in-home delivery and setup service. Which is why over 90% of customers would recommend Software to friends and family. Software, luxury mattresses made affordable.
Planning a wedding is made up of 1,000 little decisions, all unique to you. Zola can help get you there. Find and book your dream venue with 1 click. Design your free website and registry. Customize your save the dates and paper. And manage it all in 1 place. For every single decision, moment, and memory. For all the days along the way. Zola.
No. Did it pass the tissue test? Dr. Garcia, buckle up. There's toothpaste white, and then there's Crest 3D White Strips white. Oh, that's
Crest 3D White Strips safely work below the enamel surface to whiten like a $400 professional treatment. The #1 teeth whitening brand in America. And use Crest 3D White toothpaste to maintain your smile. Crest.
Get out of here.
Betty Shermer's death was ruled an accident from a motor vehicle collision. We had to go back and get the manner of death changed from accident to homicide. And the information I got in Jules' case prompted me to contact the authorities in London to reopen that investigation.
The detective told me, he said, I don't think your sister had a heart attack or fell down the steps. And I basically said, yeah, no kidding. I said, what's going on up in Monroe County? And all the detective would tell me, he said, I think A.B. Shermer's life is going to get very complicated very shortly. The Lebanon County District Attorney's Office really wanted to know Jules Shermer because everybody was in the dark about that. There were various aspects of this that upset me. Why didn't we resolve these things earlier? We want the right answers. We want to get
Watch out, no, there's a shit right there. No. Watch out, watch out, watch out. God damn, man, you
Sometimes
gotta
you gotta have a forehead
just a little
of
fucking
flint.
doggy.
You just gotta hang in there because that
Stop it,
is
you
the
little
right
fucks.
thing
Why
to
you-
do. And if you're going to
Get out of
change
me.
the manner of death, you better have the physical evidence to back it up. I'm thinking, let's reconstruct this scene and find out if in fact Mr. Shermer is telling the truth or not.
Joe,
The idea
I'm about to put something on over there, alright?
is my way of doing the crime scene
Turn the lights off, man. It's time to go to sleep.
that I wanted to do back in 1999.
Good night, buddy. It's time. Huh? Good night, buddy. I said good night. I hate that. Like,
found next to the body at the apartment crime scene. DNA says that it belongs to someone named Mitch Kirsch. Is that right?
We're familiar with him. But the one that I kept is in a different house one. It was kind of more beat up, like it's older.
Gotta ask. Do the alibis.
I was at a party with my friends. I was with my therapist. And he gave you this information. You can call the check if you want. And then I met Tara at that party. Right at the unbelievable. You're protecting us now? You better watch yours.
well,
Hey, he's cheating!
well,
Yeah, he's cheating. How's that fair?
fuck it. Eat the avocado. Shush, you weirdos. Ta-da! Guess I better go sit down. This will be it for me. After this, I'm gonna stop eating. No more. Till next time.